Hello. I know it's late. Have you ever had things in your life that didn't go the way that you planned? I wanted to jump on tonight and share a very short word with you guys, but I have had some things in my life, I don't know if you can see that bruise, that didn't go as I planned for them to go recently. They didn't go the way that I was hoping they would go. They didn't go the way that I had planned. The bruise on my arm, I went to go donate plasma, and I work out all the time. I have gigantic veins in my hand to the point where like my kids will sit there and play with them while they hold my hand. And for some reason, when I went to go donate plasma, they could not find a vein that was big enough. And it was weird, and it was strange, and it was definitely not in my plan. I had planned to donate plasma, and I was able to donate, but they weren't able to give me my blood back. And I think so often we will create plans in our mind, and we have this set way that things are supposed to happen, and then it doesn't go the way that we planned, and we're upset. And if you are standing and believing for something, and you're praying, and you're like, this is how this thing is going to happen, 9 times out of 10, God's not going by your plan. 9 times out of 10, God's got a better plan than what you've got. Sometimes God will indulge you and he'll go with your plan, but most of the time God's got a better plan of how things are meant to go. But so often things don't go the way that we planned. And it says in Proverbs 19:3, the foolishness of a person ruins his way, and his heart rages against the Lord. Have you ever met somebody that things didn't go how they thought they should go, and then they blame God for everything, even though God is not the author of evil, even though he's not the one hurting people? We all know that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and maybe you don't know this. Maybe you don't know God, and maybe you think that God puts sickness and disease on people, and you don't know that God is a good God of mercy and love. But it doesn't pay to blame God for things that the enemy does or for things that we do, choices we make. There are many times where I made plans that didn't involve God, that didn't have him in mind at all, that had me, myself, and I involved. And when those plans didn't come out the way that I had hoped, I was angry at God. And I hadn't prayed. I hadn't been doing life according to his will, plan, and purpose for me. I hadn't even been living a Christian lifestyle. And then I had the audacity to be mad at God. How funny. But so often we're like that. Things don't go according to our plan, and we're mad. But in John 14:1, it says, do not let your heart be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. And this is Jesus speaking. In the Bible, it says that God can turn the plans that the enemy had against you to do you in, to do you evil, to do you harm. He can turn them around for your good. So often we have a plan. It doesn't go the way that we planned, and we're upset, and we want to blame God. And if we don't want to blame God, we're still upset, but we're not supposed to let our hearts get troubled. We're just supposed to believe in God and trust in him, trust in Jesus. And when we trust him, he's going to turn it around for us. It says in Psalms, that other one was John 14:1, if I didn't say it. This is Psalms 37. And it says, do not get upset because of evildoers. Do not be envious of wrongdoers, for they will wither quickly like the grass and decay like the green plants. Trust in the Lord and do good. Live in the land and cultivate faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him, and he will do it. He will bring out your righteousness as the light and your judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not get upset because of one who is successful in his way, because of the person who carries out wicked schemes. Cease from anger and abandon wrath. Do not get upset. It leads only to evil doing. For evildoers will be eliminated, but those who wait for the Lord, they will inherit the land. It says in 10, yet a little while, and the wicked person will be no more, and you will look carefully for his place, and he will not be there. But the humble will inherit the land, and will delight themselves in abundant prosperity. The wicked plots against the righteous, and gnashes at him with his teeth. 13. The Lord laughs at him, for he sees that his day is coming. This is just a mini lesson. I just wanted to come on and encourage you that if you've made plans recently and they haven't gone the way that you hoped, they haven't got the way that you had planned them in your head, and you're feeling upset, remember in Philippians 4:13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Don't be anxious. Don't be worried. Don't be fretful. Philippians 4:6, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Trust in the Lord. Go to him when your plans don't turn out. Don't get angry with him. Don't speak against him. Don't be upset. Go to God and pray. Say, God, I had a plan and it didn't go according to how I wanted it to go. And ask for his help. So often God is just waiting for us to invite him in. We have all these plans and we never even bother to ask God, was this a part of your plan? Did you want me to do it this way? And then we're upset when it doesn't turn out. But instead of being upset that it didn't turn out, say, God, this didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. But I know that you can work this for my good. I know that you can turn this thing around. I know that you can make a way where there seems to be no way. Rely on God. Trust in him. He's got you. He's got a plan and a purpose for your life. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Just don't lean on yourself. Lean on God. Anyways, I hope that this helps someone. The only reason that I use the bruise as an example is because I had a plan to go donate plasma, to give blood, to get my blood back, to make a little tiny bit of money. And instead, I watched them struggle to find a vein. I watched them talk about how they might have to return my blood in another vein, which they couldn't even do. So instead of donating plasma, I donated blood because I never got my blood back. They're supposed to spin it and give it back. But I had a plan, and instead I watched that plan fall through. They still paid me, but now I have this gigantic, ugly bruise on my arm, and I can't go back to donate plasma again until it goes away. Sometimes we create a plan, and it doesn't go the way that we wanted, and that's okay. Because sometimes our plan wasn't the plan anyways. It was the subpar plan. It was plan B or plan C or plan not happening at all. And really what God wanted was for us to come to him and say, God, is this even what you wanted for me? And it's okay to invite him in. It's okay to say, I'm sorry, God. I was living my life according to my plan. I was doing things according to what I wanted. I was doing things without thinking about you or consulting you, and I'm sorry. I promise you, if you go to him and you're so earnest with God, you're so honest and so upfront, God's not going to condemn you. He's going to say, I forgive you. Now, here's my plan. And it's a better plan, and it'll actually work. Just give God a shot. Give him a chance. Don't cut him out of your life. Invite him in and see what God can do. I know that for myself, there's so many times where I need his wisdom because I don't have the answer. And I need his wisdom. I need his knowledge. I need his plan. Because if he doesn't have it, I don't have it. So just know that sometimes we make a plan, it doesn't go the way that we wanted. And even if you've been angry with God and you've cussed at him and you've cursed him and you've been so angry, don't be afraid to go back and say, I'm sorry. Because I'm not going to lie, I have cussed God out. I have yelled and I have screamed profanities and I have been obscene. I have not been kind to God at times. But I came to him in humility and said, God, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said the things that I said, and I shouldn't have done the things that I've done. And I'm ashamed, but I give this shame to you. I give my sin to you, and I ask you to forgive me. And you know what? He did. He did forgive me. And he loves me so much, just like he loves you. And this is something that I've said before, but I feel like so many people need to hear. If you were the only one, if I was the only one, Jesus still would have come and died just for you or just for me. That's how intense the love of God is. That if it was just you and nobody else, he still would have done it. And isn't that a beautiful thing to know that we have a God that even when we don't choose him, still loves us that much? I remember even in the lowest moments of my life when I had been living according to my own plan, not consulting God, not praying to him, not even thinking about him or considering him. Even in those lowest moments, I knew I was never alone, that he was never far. That all I had to do was turn and go back, and he would take me back because he loves me. Anyways, I hope that this encourages someone. Again, this is just a little mini lesson. I still plan to continue on with my series, but the day got away from me. Tomorrow, I will be up. I will be doing at 7 in the morning a podcast with my friend Angela from Pakistan about words, the power of words. And if you are somebody who has an issue with speaking negatively about yourself or over your circumstances, I highly recommend you listen to this podcast. I'm so excited to be joining my friend Angela on her podcast again, and I'm so blessed and grateful to God that he has brought Angela into my life and that we are able to do this podcast together and talk about the things of God. It is always awesome and exciting to talk about the things of God with somebody who is also excited to talk about the things of God. So I pray that you have a great evening, and I will see you soon.